Lo and behold, what could it be? Who could it be? What is it be? Developed by Sunsoft. Published by Sunsoft. Both of them. Sunsoft did everything. It's Spy Hunter. Come on, come on. Shut off, Sunset. Play him off. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Hope you like the James Gunn theme, because that's all you're gonna hear for the next 500 hours. By 500 hours, I mean 1 hour. So this is Spy Hunter. I remember really liking this game as a kid. Now, we will see if it... we'll see if it carries on its legacy of what childhood me remembers. I used to always play the version that was... I used to always play the version that was in Midway Arcade Treasures, which was, I believe, the direct, straight arcade conversion. Now, as far as I know, I don't think you're actually supposed to just be blowing up all of the cars, but I know that was totally what I used to do. Whoops. So I'm just gonna keep blowing up all the cars anyway. Like, hey, are you a civilian? That's rough. Sorry. Getting blown up by Mr. Spy Hunter here. Yeah, there we go. What do we get here? Yeah, we get the oil slick, and then we immediately blow ourselves up again. Oh! Alright, fair enough. Alright, so now that timer in the lower right corner is done, I think that means that we can no longer die. We can make no more mistakes. Which really means we should just drive at, you know, a slightly slower pace. You can control your general velocity. Yeah, okay. Destroying civilian cars. Oddly enough, doesn't get you in any better at the end. That was not a civilian, though, clearly. Whoa, 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 whoa. You wanna run that by me? Yeah, there we go. Game over. It was gonna happen. It was gonna happen. Spy Hunter's a bit of a finicky game, right? And I'm gonna tell you right now, this is most of the game on display right here. Okay, that was a civilian. But you can also just say, I don't care about points, and destroy all the civilian cars anyway. Well, I keep ramming into my own semi-truck that keeps bringing me back to life, so hey, thanks. It's, you know, it's a rather breakneck speed game. You need the reflexes of a puma to get through it properly. I don't even know if there's any beating it. Maybe the game just, you know, carries on for all eternity. We don't want to be chased by anyone behind us, though. Here we go. Just focus on, you know... You're able to destroy that guy, and it didn't seem to ruin me any. Whoa, 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 whoa. Give me the power up. Yeah, I knew you had something. Alright, so we picked up the black square. What does the black square do? Aha. It's a different kind of oil slick, apparently. Alright, time's pretty much up. No more dying. We died at like the literal last possible second that would have allowed, and then died immediately again. That's gonna be a theme here. That's the Spy Hunter way. James Gunn themes. I have a feeling that's not even the right word. Like, I know James Gunn is the director for Guardians of the Galaxy, and I don't think that's the same thing. I think it's another character. You know, it's just gonna make me feel real dumb, but what do I say? Oh, sorry, I'm a millennial. I wasn't around during that pop culture thing, which I would not be able to use because I've said before on this show that I think that's a terrible excuse. So if I have the wrong name for what that's the theme song of, leave all of your nasty comments and death threats at my Twitter handle, which I will not give you because I don't use it. It's Spy Hunter, man. This is peak Spy Hunter right now. Just dying over and over and getting rammed off the side. yeah, even if you destroy them, you can't run into their wreckage, or you'll remain just as bad. You know what's bad? Me at this game. And I do actually own this game, too. Like, I have the official NES cartridge for Spy Hunter. Why do I own this game? Got it in a subscription box, actually. Video Games Monthly. Haven't been subscribed to them for a while. I eventually decided, nah, I'll just buy the games that I want, but it was undoubtedly a fun little service. You get a lot of shovelware from it, as you would expect, but obviously they're never going to open it up and say, wow, a boxed copy of Little Samson. Cool. No, that's never going to happen. Oh, gosh. Oh, no, no, no. No, no, no. Okay. We're okay. Yeah, we're in okay straits. So, I don't even know if, like, there are levels, or if there is any beating it, or if you literally just keep driving until you can't anymore. Thank you. For this gift of missile. I don't know how to use them, apparently. I have to get fast. I have to survive. Ah, I didn't survive. Best score I've gotten, though. Which is not to say that it's a decent score by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, it's a one-note game. So what else am I up to? You know, may as well get that topic out of the way early. I did officially start a replay of Halo Combat Evolved last night on the original Xbox hardware. I considered pulling out my old Duke controller for it, but the Xbox Mark II controller is just, you know, better in every way. It should probably be what you use. I've said it before and I'll say it once again. I do love the Duke, but those slanted face buttons are a problem. I remember I tried playing, I believe I was playing Dead to Rights with it, and I could never press any of the face buttons properly because it was so unnatural, you know. In a world of symmetrical face buttons, slanting them like that just does not work. Maybe if, like, the Xbox was your first console back in the day, you wouldn't have had any problems with it because you would have just learned how to do it that way. But in retrospect, it's not any good. I shouldn't say it's not any good. Oh, and now we have an extra life. Look at that. So, if we die, we'll get one more chance. One more shot at redemption. Yeah. Get that indestructible car off our face. Or at least try. Get Rich or Die Trying, the classic 50 Cent album. Talk about a rapper who is, you know, very, very popular and everybody knows the name, but very few people actually hold him in high esteem. I mean, in terms of his musical ability or musical output. If you go and look at what people have to say about 50 Cent albums nowadays, well, I guess you got a couple different groups. Oh no! You'll have the people who are, you know, not really hip-hop fans and are just kind of nostalgic for 50. Then you'll have the actual hip-hop heads who are like, was he ever really that good? Thank you. Thank you for letting me in the back of this van. Oh, tragic. 25,000 though. That's improvement. You always want to see improvement. Yeah. Pause that score board. Oh yeah, the score does go up in directly. What's the word? It goes up the faster you move. There we go. See, things like that, I stumble over my words a lot in these kinds of videos. So whenever I see things like, oh, X person is senile because they said this, yeah, you probably know who I'm talking about. I'm not naming names, but let's be real. There's only one person people are talking about being senile lately. And I say, yeah, but so do I. You're like, did you hear him? He was saying one sentence and then just completely forgot the sentence. It's like, yeah, I do that too. Wow, what a dramatic death that was right there. Oh, you are not going to shoot me from your limo. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to allow it to happen. Everybody, yeah, get off me. You know, like all arcade games, it seems very, very difficult as you begin to play it, but as you continue, you'll start to find just little things that you can do to improve your game and be less bad. That was a little tragic. That was just really sad. Maybe I should have slowed down, though, instead of just trying to strafe. I found, admittedly, not a whole lot of use for my machine guns, being that the big hulky boys like these are just immune completely. And everyone else appears to be a civilian. I like how if you rear-end a motorcycle while you're in a car like this, you explode. That's actually realistic. Don't at me, fam. Oh, you're not gonna get any more points because you shot a good guy car, and I say, hey, I was born bad. That classic Elton John song from that classic album, Victim of Love. Who doesn't love it? And if you have even heard that song once in your life, you already know what the joke is. Although I would maybe argue that that's not even the worst song on Victim of Love. I'd have to give that to Johnny B. Good, because nobody wanted an 8-minute long version of Johnny B. Good with disco beats the entire time. I promise you, nobody wanted it. Pretty sure Elton John didn't even want it. No. It's my favorite Bad album. You're never gonna hear me say it's good. But at the same time, I almost adore how comically bad it is. And some people will argue, oh, it's not comically bad. It's like, it's really not even an Elton John album. He didn't write anything on it. He didn't play the piano on it. He didn't have his own backing band on it. We don't have to make any excuses for Victim of Love here. Yes, that's my thesis for this episode. If you came here to hear about something that wasn't a complete analysis of Elton John's Victim of Love, I apologize beforehand. Except I don't, not even slightly. You knew what you were getting into. So you say, oh, okay, what's a good Elton John album then? I'll tell you most of the others. They're not all good, of course. The longer you go on being a musical artist, the more likely you are to have multiple bombs. Okay, pick a side. It's a tense game, you know. It's a very, very fast game. What's that? You played F-Zero GX? Baby stuff. That's not even fast. I am, of course, kidding. Give me those missiles! Give me the missiles! Baited by my own supply trucks. Like, all I wanted was a missile. Just one missile. And they wouldn't give it to me. And then I got knocked right off the road by the other one. Okay. Alright. Alright. I kind of knew what I was getting into again. This is one of the arcade games that I have arguably the most experience with. But that doesn't mean I'm good. As you can tell, quite apparently. It's been a long, long time since I've seriously sat down with this game. And even then, how serious was I playing Midway Arcade Treasures when I was like 14? And that's being generous. That's probably more like 12. No, I think I would have had to have been 14. I don't think I had a PlayStation by the time I was 12. Midway Arcade Treasures, though. Absolutely killer compilation. Okay. theme has ended. Let me get... There we go. I think I just have to slow down slightly. Greatest sound effects known to man. What? Okay, I mean, if you say so, then you know best. You know best. I don't know anything. I'm just here for the ride. What a blessed straightaway that was. And then I backed right into a motorcycle. Proving that nothing is actually blessed. It's like they're so small, and yet they're responsible for so many of my deaths. Give me missiles! Give missiles! Thank you. Now, here's what I have to test. Do the missiles... I was gonna say, do they work on helicopters, but guess I'll die. It seems like a more astute way to spend one's time. You know, to spend it dead. But yes, I talked about the Duke controller, I didn't talk about Halo at all. It's still fun, you know, to this day. Yeah, the frame rate's suffering a little bit compared to a more modern experience. It chugs a little bit at times, but it's still exciting. It's still fun. I'm not going to forget that the library level exists, which is one of the worst levels in first-person shooter history, but everything else is great, you know? I'm already, like, nearly halfway through the game, and I just played it for one night, so... It's just it. There's, most of those first-person shooters are not very lengthy, you know? And they don't have to be. Sometimes you just want a brief little romp where you can shoot some things, see some cool little set pieces, see some things go boom, and then move on to the next game. That's what this is. It's pretty much filler. The game I'm most excited to play, Forza Horizon 2. I'm gonna wait on that until I get a soundbar though, because that game is going to demand good audio. I tried to cross over and it was way too late. I'm sure that you knew that that's what I was doing. There's my extra life, by the way. Looks like you only really get the extra life if you pass the 10,000 point after your time is up. No, I don't know. I don't know the rules. You say you know the rules, and so do I. I don't even know the rules, so. I know, what an ancient meme reference. You would dare to bring up Rick Astley at a time like this? In the year 2011 plus 9? Uncalled for. Well, you know, it's just the way it goes. Say in the hit Jim Carrey film Bruce Almighty, that's the way the cookie crumbles. And then he calls them all fuckers. PG-13 movies with their one allotted fuck. Good stuff. I was reading a thread, probably on Reddit or something, asking where you would put your one allotted fuck in a PG-13 movie that does not already use it. And I don't know if somebody said this, but I thought of, boy, it sure would be great if in that part in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, when Dumbledore asks Harry peacefully if he put his name in the Goblet of Fire, and he was like, you know where I'm going with this. Like, did you put your fucking name in the Goblet of Fire, Harry? He's like, no, Gramps. My God, there are the number of cars on the street is too damn high. You know, just in case you wanted some more outdated memes. Oh my God! Nothing is working out! Okay, take it slow. Take it slow. Speed it up a little. You shouldn't have sped up. We're having a hard time getting past that, you know, 10K range. And that's not going to help you. Okay. I think as long as you crash into them when you don't have your turbo lights on, you're good. But that I didn't have my turbo flames, and I died right there, so I don't know. But I think that's just because these motorcycles are actually carrying nitroglycerin across country. What other explanation is there? There isn't any. You can't refute me. My logic is infallible. It's Friday night, everyone. One of the best nights of the week, undoubtedly. Get to look forward to a nice weekend to get you through until your work week starts again. I don't know about you, but I hate thinking about my work week. Like, it just got finished. I'm the kind of guy, if someone asks how was work, I'll do everything within my power to try to steer the conversation in any other direction. Because I'm like, I don't care, man. Don't care about work. Some people, they're workaholics, and I'm not faulting them for that. I'm not gonna slander their name because they enjoy work, but I will say, I don't get it. There's nothing more sacred than free time. As far as I'm concerned. Oh, I was trying to get past him, but he bumped me off. They're hard to get past sometimes, you know? But I'm feeling like I'm having a decent time with this game, you know? Yeah, sure, it's hard to get anything done. You die constantly, but it's... You know, it plays okay. Oh, I slowed down at just the right time there. That would have been pretty much guaranteed death otherwise. There we go. You just gotta skirt the curb there. That's my Forza Horizon 6 skills coming back into the fold. That was a great game too, by the way. I completed that game. I don't want to say 100% because I didn't buy every single car or anything, but I did complete all of the single player, what do they call them? Motorsport stories or whatnot. And that took a long, long time. It was many, many hours of racing, but it was a fun, fun game. I love racing games, you know. I'm not ever going to make any kind of apologies for it because I think racing games are just exceptionally fun. I feel like racing games are exempt from, like, the sports label. Like, there are a lot of people who will be like, oh, I hate sports games. And you're like, why? And they're like, because I don't like sports. I'm like, well, yeah, but sports games can still be fun. They're still video games at the end of the day. The objective is just a little more peaceful, you know? But you very rarely see people treat racing games with similar vitriol. Like, they're the promised genre. Especially when you got fantastic stuff like the Horizon series, Need for Speed series. I know Need for Speed has kind of fallen out of its good graces recently, but I still think that they're decent games. Even the ones people don't like that much, they're still solid, still fun arcade games. I know the most controversial release lately has been Project Cars 3, which I've basically heard everybody say, boy, if they wouldn't have called it Project Cars 3, it would have been fine. But they did, and there's no getting around it. Apparently just has very, very little... Oh, that motor! Did you see that? That dude had an absolute death wish. 25,000 points. Not bad, and it could have been even better if it wasn't for that that stray motorcycle. Oh, gosh. Alright, well. So be it. As far as I can see, you get an extra life once your time runs out, and so many times I just die while the time is running out anyway, so I don't even notice that I get it. I think that's what's going on. Yes, racing games, fun. Realistic ones are fun, arcade ones are fun, the ones in between are fun. I enjoy them all. I've been meaning to play F1 World Championship for the N64 for a while now, and I just haven't quite made the plunge yet. You'd say, why would you play an older F1 game when there are so many good newer ones? You might tell me F120 is outstanding, and I'd say, yeah, I've heard that. But, you know, there's a lot of charm to the older ones, too. Sometimes you just want to see the games of yesteryear. Obviously, come on. I'm talking to you in a series where I'm playing ancient games. You already know that. You already know I got no aversion to the older side of video games. Oh, juked him. No! Okay, we're still alive, but that's gonna Yep. We should have passed him the other way. Passed him on the inside rather than on the outside. He had way less room to annihilate us on the inside. You know, that's those on-the-fly decisions that you gotta make in video games. That's why, gamers are the single most highly advanced, evolved beings on the planet. No capo. Yes, there's a gym. Don't worry. Don't worry. I may take a lot of pride in my hobby, but I make no mistake that I am an average human being. And that's fine. Not everybody has to be game-changingly incredible. But imagine if we all were. Mm-hmm. Well, then we wouldn't be game-changing, then we'd just be the game, you know? Yeah, I got him. Okay, you know what? The vans, they're a trap. Oh, but I'm gonna fall for the trap. Ah, nope. We're zooming right out of view. Oh, and there he is again. Fine, I'll take it. You piqued my interest. Don't try to ram me. Oh, he rammed me. Okay. It's the... It's definitely the ramming game. If you ever get into a race in, like, Forza Online, and you get rammed off the course and you hate it, I suggest you don't play this game. That's all this game is getting rammed off the course. And obviously, this is not a racing game. Don't get too caught up in the moment here. This is an unashamed arcade game. Oh, you tried. I'm wondering if the missiles are only used against helicopters. I said that and then immediately died. We can test it though, as long as nothing kills us. Because I hear it coming! Yes, that is what the missiles are indeed for. And then we even got another life. Unless we just didn't die from our first life. I don't know. We're alive. That's all that matters. Now we're not. We're getting slowly better though. We creeped closer to 20k. We've surpassed 20k. We got up to 25k, but you know, it's measure yourself on your averages, not your best. Which is terrible, terrible advice if you're talking about world, like, record scores. If you beat the world record score once, well then you beat the world record score. That's all there is to it. Don't just say, yeah, but on average, I didn't score the world record. It's like, dude, if you can on average score world record scores, may God have mercy on every other gamer that exists, because they will lose everything to you. It's definitely a game about, though, risk versus reward, speed management. Like, do you zoom? Do you not zoom? Gotta make a choice. Oh, okay. Right there, I had to choose. Ah! I don't know what I had to choose. Like, lost my train of thought. You know what? Screw the motorcycle. Ah, no! That's instant karma. Shot one motorcycle off the road, got eliminated by another. That's just the way of the road, man. That's the way she goes, boys. Oh, okay. We're no longer in a timed situation here. We are now in extra life situation. Things are much scarier. It's okay. We have 0. Which means we can get things behind us out of our hair a little bit easier. Which means we can afford to go just a little bit slower. Things can't catch up with us because we'll just oil slick them off the road. That's your strats. Oh, that was real close. Oh, and you can't actually select between the two. Obviously. Okay. Interesting. I thought I was gonna shoot him out of the air, but no, he is persistent. Okay. Oh, look at this. I'm getting into it. I'm feeling the groove now until I run into something. Oh! Oh no, we're so good. We can still get another extra life. Yeah, I know. I shot a motorcycle. Soon. Hey, no friendly fire on there or something like that? Would have loved for you to have knocked that big old Humvee off the road for me. Can we beat 26k? I think we'll be able to, but I don't dare utter the words! We did, though. We just barely hit 26K. Again, incremental improvements. Just get a little bit better every time you play. That's all one can hope for. Makes me ask, what is the win state in this game? Like, is there a game over screen? Is it possible? Or are you just doomed to play for eternity? You just have to decide, okay, I want to get this many points, and then I consider it won. Okay. I die as little as possible during the time section. Obviously. Let you get more scores before you have to start relying on just the one-up. Which also actually means if you avoid the semis like that, then you'll get even more points. So yeah, let's avoid them. Let's play it super, super greedy. Our support didn't like it. They tried to ram me off the road for playing greedy. Oh, it's an unnecessary death. But really, what death is necessary? Fine, we'll take your stupid prize. It's clear that you won't leave me alone until I take it. Oh, gosh. Alright, alright. The motorcycles. Every time, it's the motorcycles. I guess it's not a game over quite yet. Oh, got him that time. I was able to sneak right past him. Remember, that's what white people say. They sneak right on past you there. Lay another one on me. Lay another one on me. We're still in this for a solid half hour here. There's more spy hunting to do yet. You can't kill me, Motorcycle Man. Although maybe you're trying more to remove yourself from this life than removing me, because I don't know. The way that they sometimes just turn right into you. It's baffling. That was on me. That was on me. Can't lie. Can't blame him for my own maniacal driving. I can try, though. Oh, not the puddle. Not the puddle. See, right there. They're always in the way. Thank you. Wasn't perfect. Wasted a lot of time trying to do that, and, well, now I guess my only choice is to force myself to make use of this oil slick, because if I didn't, it will have all been in vain. Well, it was pretty much in vain. The motorcycles, by far the worst thing in this game. The big boys that you can't destroy, they're kind of a problem too, because they can knock you right off those skinny roads, and then you're just done for. It is neat how they, split the roads and all that. The theme song is done. And it's back. It has returned. Revenge of the theme song. Oh, what's that? You want to try to bomb me? Yeah, it doesn't seem to hit it. It doesn't seem to do anything. So I really don't know what the missile is all about. Maybe it's an obvious thing that I'm missing, but I don't know. Couldn't tell. Yeah, we just slow way down for that. It's another 20K run. Look at how much scenery we're seeing here. Dang it. Drove through the jungles, drove through the desert, driving through everything. I'm just dialed in now. Like, I don't want to die. I would love to put up a halfway respectable run. Because it's all just been baby level stuff. I want to beat that 26,000 mark. Thank you. I'll try to put good use of it. Put good use of it. Make good use of it. That's how the words work. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what S stands for. Perhaps spray? Who knows? But it sure does get guys off your tail. That might have been our best run yet in terms of making it without dying. Or at least limiting the amount of deaths. Just give me your oil. Oh, thank you. That was that was kind of spooky. Oh, motorcycle man. He gave it his best shot, but not today. No! It's okay. His best buddy got him. I still have another life. It's all right. It's not all right. Santa, all I want for Christmas is to surpass 20,000 points again. It's looking likely. Yeah, it happened. It happened. I like the beach, by the way. It's a beautifully rendered beach. Good job, Sunsoft. Now, obviously, the arcade version was a Midway game. That's why it's in Midway Arcade Treasures, believe it or not. Sunsoft had full development and full publishing rights for this NES version. I'd love to beat 26K. I think that is 100 points more than the previous one we got, so I think that is still technically the best run that I've had, but just by the skin of my teeth. It could have been so much better. Could have been, would have been. That's not going to help out any. But you know, yet again, it's better than the first couple runs, right? It's so hard to stay alive in this game, though. Just gotta learn to tame the beast. The beast being your car. Sorry, civilian. It had to be done. It was you or me. In that case, it was both of us. See, that's what happens if I don't blow them up. Then it's just two senseless deaths. I'm doing everyone a favor here. Well, mostly myself. This oil slick is so far, I think, the most helpful of the upgrades. I'm dead. Oh, yeah, he slipped on a puddle, which kept him from shunting me off the side. Yeah, that's how you abuse those game mechanics. And by abuse, I mean literally just use them for their intended purpose. That was no abuse, that was me playing legitimately well, or playing legitimately lucky, I don't know. Maybe I'm just hitting that point where my reflexes are finally becoming more attuned to what's going on. Yeah, just let me in there. A little hard to get in the back of your support cars. Yeah, we're gonna get slapped on the wrist for blowing that civilian car off the road, but how sorry am I really? Not a lot. It's kind of an art form getting past the big ones, you know? It's like, whoa, sorry, good man. I know you just bought that Murcielago. There's like a million ways of pronouncing that, so I hope that my pronunciation was acceptable for you. You know what? I'm not going to fall for the missile meme. It's just not worth it. I have not found a way to make that power-up work. Ooh. Okay. Support van, please. The support van. It was trying its best. However, This is our best run. Look at that. Oh, things are getting nuts now. Oh, no, no, no. We couldn't hit 30,000. 29,000. It's still a new high, but... Oh, motorcycles, man. Motorcycles. They're the worst. That's actually the worst bit of road rage that I've ever experienced was from a motorcycle driver. I was driving down a highway that was a 65 zone, and I myself was driving like a solid like 76 already. I was in the fast lane, and I was getting tailgated by a biker. I don't even have to tell you this, you can already picture it, but you know, no jacket, no helmet, no protection of any kind, just this real appealing looking fat dude. And he kept tailgating me, and I kept inching just a little bit faster and a little bit faster, and I was like, dude, it's already a 65 zone, I'm already a solid 10 over, I don't want to push my luck anymore. So then he finally passed me, and he flipped me off on the way by, and I was like, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? How fast do I have to go, man? So... yeah, you know, ever since then, I've not had a positive disposition towards bikers, and I know. Oh, don't let one bad apple spoil the tree. You know what? That's exactly what I'm letting happen. It's probably the same dude whose wife has like a share the road bumper sticker or something. Share the road, and by that I mean give me special privileges on the road. Is it that hard to understand? Come on. Ah! Hold on. Just 1 second. Just one moment. Peter Gunn. Not James Gunn. I knew it wasn't James Gunn. I was like, no, that's not right. Got it for you, though. And if you're in the comments saying, oh, actually, it was Peter Gunn, you exposed yourself as not having watched the entire video, and you are now my enemy. Sorry, I don't make the rules. This is how it goes. What are you going to do about something like that? It was a tragic accident. Could have been avoided. We need to stop getting all this excess traffic on the screen. The more semis that drop you off spawn, the more likely you are to get into a tragic accident and become just another statistic of spy hunters who die on the job. What is a spy hunter? I don't know. I assume someone who hunts spies. But this doesn't really, you know, particularly give me espionage vibes either. Is Spy Hunter the name of the car? Is this like a Knight Rider kind of thing? Or it's like, oh yeah, this is my car, I named it. Its name is Mobile Suit Gundam. Say, oh cool, why'd you call it that? You say, 'cause I'm a nerd. And I got beat up in high school. Haha, says me, the person currently watching Gundam. I did finish the original trilogy of series. Mobile Suit Gundam, Zeta, and Double Zeta are finished. And now watching... well, I just got done with War in the Pocket, which, you know, was like 6 whole episodes long, so that's not impressive. So now I'm watching whatever that other sideshow was. The 0083 side story. If you know Mobile Suit Gundam, you'll know. If you don't know it, well, then congratulations, you're a well-adjusted member of society. Bad run. If this were, like, 40 minutes ago, I would have said great run, but no, now it's a bad run. Tragic. Tragic. Yeah, keep the roads clear. I like that. Spawn as few enemies for me as possible. get me a little jump start. Ah! They don't need to spawn enemies. If they just spawned, like, motorcycles forever, that would be my worst nightmare. I would say, well, you got me. I tap out. I'm done. Peter Gunn. Someone be sure to tell James Gunn that I mistook him for that. I'm sure he'll look at a master kick out of that and say, oh, that Paul. It's not his first rodeo messing something like that up. Okay, we are in extra life territory. Didn't get as far as I would have liked. Could have made a much cleaner initial run. This game is definitely divided into those two very specific portions. The timed portion and then the sudden death portion. And I don't know if you get any more lives past this point. You'd almost have to assume so, but gosh, I don't really... I'm just gonna start shooting every motorcycle anyway, even if I am looking to get... I score! Alright, that one was not a motorcycle, to be perfectly fair. That man was on 4 wheels instead of 2. But he was still responsible for my demise, and therefore he's still garbage! Oh, gosh, I cannot stress enough how much the motorcycles are just completely ruining my equilibrium right now. They're like, they get in your head, man. They're small. You'd think, oh, these things wouldn't even be an issue. Not so. They're a major issue. And see, we've completely lost our ability to finesse our way around those big boys because the motorcycles are living rent-free inside my head. Should start charging them. Start saying, yeah, I'm a landlord by trade, and then everyone will say that's not a job, and I'd say, yeah, you're right, but screw you, I've got your money. Good. Just sneak around them a little bit. Okay, we did still get our extra life. I was a little concerned that it would have screwed me out of it. Well, it didn't matter. We've lost our extra life. Let's say, what's gonna come out of the woodwork and just instantly murder me this time? This is not looking to be a great run. Fast we are. I don't want your missile, man. The missiles are a scam. Well, you know, guess we kind of asked for that. I'm sweating, man. I'm sweating. I'm no longer sweating. I like how this entire series has kind of acted as like almost like a buying guide for me too. You know, there's no such thing as NES demos, so you play a little hour of one on an emulator, let you decide if you want to go and get yourself a full copy or not. You know. I might say, oh, well, thank God I didn't spend my hard-earned money on a copy of Deadly Towers. Which even then I still might do someday, because, you know, I'm still not convinced that it's the worst game ever. There's a super backwards part of me that wants to find, like, the hidden value in Deadly Towers. And everybody else will just close their eyes and go, no, stop it. It's a pointless quest that you found yourself on. And I'll argue with them. That's the end of the story. I don't like the physics that your bombs follow there, Mr. Helicopter. Oh, survived that! The motorcycle didn't even kill me. Look at that. It's a brand new day. Okay, good stuff. Still have a life. We have the oil slick. We can take care of threats behind us. Threats ahead of us are still going to be an issue. Oil slick time means go just a little bit slower time. Yeah, you don't get points as fast, but at least you'll get your points. Instead of dying. Death is a poor strategy in Spy Hunter. And in really most any game. Anger. Yeah, more oil slick, please. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. That doesn't mean that I'm gonna live, but it gives me a fighting chance. Yes. $30,000 and we got another life. Oh, can you believe it? It's a wonderful thing. You'll love seeing that. It was already going to be our best run, but with another extra life, this is a paradigm shift, I'm telling you. I'm not exaggerating. I'm exaggerating a little. Oh, I don't know if I went the right way or the wrong way. I don't know if that would have brought me to a new exciting thing, or if it would have just dumped me and said, oh, sorry, you took the wrong way. Oh, we're on snow now. Oh no, it has snow physics! This is the worst. I'm not kidding. Everything just got super slidey. Can we get to 40k? It'll be an uphill battle trying to get there. Oh, we did though. No extra life for it, but oh no! Once you make it to the snow, that's when everything just becomes horrifying. I don't think I'm gonna beat that score. I'm just gonna be up front there. Surpassing 40k. Very likely the best I'm gonna do within this hour. There's not a lot of time left. We're nearing the end, and you know what? I was kind of dreading the episode because I knew Spy Hunter was kind of one of those one-trick pony games where you just kind of do the same thing over and over. But it's been genuinely fun, and the gradual improvements to my own game have been paying dividends. I think there is a market for watching that kind of slow power increase. I watch a lot of Trackmania videos and streams, and a lot of that is literally watching someone play the same track for sometimes hours just to watch them get like 1/10 of a second faster. And it sounds boring on paper, but when you start actually watching it, you're like, ooh, this is exciting. You're just waiting for that moment when everything pops. Alright, finally out of that purgatory. And found myself in a whole new purgatory. Good stuff. Yep. Avoid it. Just like that. Oh, you're not gonna get me that time, Mr. Motorcycle Man. It's a hard game to play and talk with, you got things get exciting, blowing up around you, you're trying to stay alive, and you'd love to express your thoughts at the moment, but at the same time you really just want to concentrate on the screen and focus on not dying. You want to put in a good sort of final hurrah as the episode gradually comes to a close. It's also a game you cannot take your eyes off of for a second. So yes, my biggest problem earlier in the video was most certainly just trying to go full speed the entire time, and that is not the way that you win. We're coming up on another extra life though, as long as we can make it to 30k. which we did. Excellent. So, okay. I said we're probably not going to beat the other score that we had, but maybe I'm just going to eat my words. We'll see. We'll see. No guarantees. Let's try this way. Oh, it does give you something. We're in a boat now, boys. Alright, well, it's the greatest thing that's ever happened. Welcome to Spy Hunter Boat Edition. That was worth it. I'm so glad I made it back. Just for the ability to see this happen. I don't think I've ever made it to the boat stages before. Oh, didn't last very long. But at least we saw it. You know? So now I know, yeah. That could be worth doing if you want just a little change in your gameplay. Although I gotta say the boat does not control very well. It's a little floaty. Kind of obnoxious to try to handle. So maybe you're just better off sticking to the land, you know? The land seems a little more doable. But I'm sure with practice you could get used to the boat and maybe... Well, excuse you. You know, maybe score some higher points on the water than you would on the ground. I don't know how it works. But I'm at least glad I got to see that it exists. That's the point of the series. Experience as much of the game as you can within an hour. Sometimes I'm better at it than others. Looking at you, Akari Warriors. My finest hour. Akari Warriors is nobody's finest hour. Don't worry about it. Don't stress out over something that nobody's good at. It's like calculus. Yeah, there might be people who think they're good at calculus, and I say you're lying. I know, that's just me projecting my own insecurities and my own inabilities on the rest of the world. Well, I'm not good at math, so you can't be good at math. It's impossible. Very nice. Got the oil slick. We have an extra life in our reserves. We have just a little bit of time left on the clock. I gotta make sure that I don't go too far over, because I really can't see the clock, and taking your eyes off the screen for a moment is dangerous. That's not what I like to see. I lost my oil slick and I lost my life. The two things that set you up for success. And then I just threw it all away. Okay, so yeah, we didn't beat that 40k, but we did come reasonably close once, actually. When we hit that boat phase. I just was not prepared for the boat physics. Oh, come on, man. Come on, you're slopping it up. Just because the episode's almost over doesn't mean you gotta play like an actual monkey. I know. Reject humanity, embrace monkey. I get it. I get the meme. I know. It's an exciting end to an episode, you know? The music stops, I stop, everything just stops. Okay, and then the music starts up again, and then we're all a big happy family. You get your Peter Gunn theme, and then you're good. Who's Peter Gunn? I don't know. Probably some thing people watched back in the days when the only entertainment in the world was chewing rocks. Back in my day, we had to lick rocks for entertainment. We didn't have candy yet. Alright, Grandpa. I'm sure. You're not even a boomer. You're like a silent generation kind of guy. You're about to fall flat on your face. I just died to a pothole. Can you believe that for a second? A pothole that was created by the missile, I believe? Or the bomb, rather? The air-to-surface missile. We'll just call it that. Why not? Get all fancy with it. Pretend like we're playing some kind of flight sim combat game. This is turning out to be a fairly large video file too. I think it's because of the absolute speed is resulting in more frames having to be rendered. That's science, baby. That's time too. That's Spy Hunter. A remarkably better time than I would have thought it would have been. I had a decent amount of fun with it. I hope you had a decent amount of fun watching it too. It was not that bad once I started to get a grasp on it. And I still didn't get a real grasp on it, you know? I mean, I still wasn't putting up any particularly impressive scores or anything, but hey, if I can enjoy myself for an hour, then that's good. It's not always a guarantee on this series. So tomorrow we got ourselves a little oddity called Scoon. A side-scrolling shoot-'em-up, and I like shoot-'em-ups. They're a lot of fun. So I'm hoping that Scoon will be a joyful little time. I suppose we'll find out tomorrow. As always, thank you so much for watching these videos. Join me tomorrow for a bit of Scoon, and we'll see you.